Hey comic book fans, my nerdy friends and my geeky potters, what's going on? Welcome to a special RWC video. This is going to be the 4Creator tag video that's been going around for a little bit. I got tagged by KingGooch, who came back to the community to us, which is fantastic. And thank you for tagging me, although it was a pain in the ass to think about which 4 creators I wanted to talk about. But yeah, here's my 4 creator tag video. So here we go. Okay, first things first, actually before I get into the creators, I kind of want to throw my tags out there before I forget them. First, I'd like to tag, I'm not sure if these people have been tagged or not. I know, like, it's been going on for a while, and I'm sure everybody's been tagged, but there are a few people that I'm really interested to hear from. I'd really like to hear from GradeA Comics, Scott Grady. I'd love to hear from CloudedJourney. Also comicKkrakK, and near and dear friend who has also made a triumphant return to the community, it seems, Mr. Scott koestenbraumstar. I'd really like to hear from him. So there are my 4 tags. I don't know if I was supposed to tag 4 or 3. People have been doing different things. Whatever, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, you 4 people, feel free to not, or if you have already, let me know. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. So we're gonna jump into creators. There was a bit of a discussion as to whether or not, or what creators we're supposed to be like focusing on, either those who got us into comics or ones that we currently collect. So I kind of did both. The 4 creators that got me into comics, they're terrible. Let's be honest. The first like couple books I picked up were god awful. So we're not really gonna focus on them because it won't be fun. It won't be fun. So we're going to focus more on 4 that shaped the way I collect comics. So to start off, I'm going to start with a... most of these are kind of relatively newer people in the history of comics. But the first one I want to focus on is the writer from X-Men Legacy, Si Spurrier. He took this character in this series, Legion, Professor X's son, and focused on his personal demons with his powers. Now, if you're not familiar with Legion's powers, he has kind of a... He doesn't have a cat. Sorry. He has sort of a prison in his mind of different creatures with different powers that he can tap into, as long as he can get that creature to submit in his head. The way Si Spurrier wrote this focused a lot on mental instability, and just kind of at the end brought a bit of hope towards not really fixing, but getting a grasp on and controlling any mental issues that Legion had. It kind of spoke. I want to say spoke to me a little bit. Although the mental issues I mostly deal with are depression and anxiety, so it just I don't have multiple personalities going on, but it just kind of gave you a mantra, I'm in control of me, kind of thing. So Cy Spurrier, fantastic writer. If you guys have not read X-Men Legacy, I know a few people tried it and they didn't like it. I just kind of think I went on a different angle, and I really, really enjoyed it a lot. Also, Cy Spurrier wrote, or not really wrote, but kind of reimagined Six Gun Gorilla. Great 6-part miniseries about future and people who don't really have they want to commit suicide, go to Mars and fight a war, but be the eyes of the world. So they kind of have cameras in their eyes, and people watch TV and see everything that goes on as far as the war is concerned. And the main character, I believe his name is Blue, kind of befriends the gorilla, and the gorilla kind of watches over him and protects him. Some just crazy, fantastic, outer space kind of Western, sci-fi Western, more leaning towards the Western part. Loved it. And then he also wrote, almost dropped a whole bunch of stuff that would have sucked. He also wrote Number Cruncher, which was another miniseries, fantastic 4-part miniseries, dealing more with a different way to look at the afterlife. I really enjoyed this. I really, really enjoy stuff when it comes to different types of religion. I personally was brought up Catholic, but I love to see what else is out there in the world. And this brought a whole different kind of crazy idea of life being just a big equation. And this, oh man, this guy, I can't remember too well, but he is an angel. He's really an enforcer, sent to kill people who are messing with the equation, such as I wouldn't say he's the main character, but he keeps making deals with different angels to come back to life, and it's just it's a freaking head trip. It is fantastic. Really, really enjoyed the hell out of that series. Good stuff. Actually, I really enjoyed it so much so that Chase Meta sent me a signed copy by Cy Spurrier of issue number 4 before it even came out. So that was awesome. Thank you again, Chase. Next, this is my one older creator, but I'm sure a ton of people have mentioned him, and that would be Alan Moore. His run on Swamp Thing is freaking legendary. Just amazing stuff, especially this anatomy lesson, issue 21. This was actually given to me by a great friend of mine, Nate, the Dark Nate 40, the Dark Nate. I'm sure you know him. His imagination is just insanely vast, and I want to insanely vast. He is freaking nuts from what I understand in real life, but when it spills out onto paper, it's just phenomenal. his run on Swamp Thing, like I said, is quite possibly my favorite. Up until the end of it, kind of got meh, but it's just fantastic. Also, a series he did that I just absolutely love is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Just this great cast of characters thrown into situations, and you're just left there in awe. I mean, it has a big part to do with Kevin O'Neill's art in this book, because it's just, oh my god, it's so phenomenal. But Alan Moore's ideas are just crazy. Chloe is really wanting to be in this video a whole lot. Another Alan Moore story that everybody has read, I'm sure, Watchmen. Insanely crazy. Like, that's just all you can say about Alan Moore, really. He is he's a heck of a guy. He's a heck of a writer. Watchmen, as you know, another team book. This is the just essential book that everybody should read, along with my favorite by Alan Moore, V for Vendetta. Everybody knows the movie. This is the book. Just amazing concepts. The man is just like, part of me really wants to spend like a day with him, but then the other part of me thinks I would end up dead. But he's just, oh my god, he is just fantastic. I also have another book that I haven't read by him, From Hell. It's a Jack the Ripper story, but it's gigantic. I just haven't taken on the task yet. But I'm really excited to read it. Yeah, Alan Moore, just, oh, amazing. And I didn't realize it, but I'm like focusing more on writers, because I know a lot of people like I love the art in comic books. You know, I love the combination of story and art, but I lean more heavily towards a good story. And speaking of a good story, the next creator I want to focus on is Jeff Lemire. His run on Animal Man, at least what I read, was phenomenal. And Jeff Lemire is known for these amazingly heartfelt stories. Now, this is his art, by the way. So I'm focusing a bit on his writing more than his art, but his art I love too. More just kind of simple, sketchy. When you see a Jeff Lemire book or piece, you know that it's Jeff Lemire. Like, this is just Jeff Lemire's drawing style. His writing style, like I said, just, oh my god, it rips your soul apart. He also has a different kind of... He has different kinds of stories. There's a book I read of his called The Nobody that was like an Invisible Man story that wasn't really heart-wrenching as most of his books or graphic novels. Alright, so my phone kind of ran out of recording space, so I forgot where I was. But still talking about Jeff Lemire. So, Jeff Lemire, run on Animal Man, extremely heartfelt. Fantastic, at least what I read. I haven't been able to read the whole thing, but I have read some other stuff. His artwork, fantastic. When you see it, you know Jeff Lemire drew it, because he just has this great, fantastic art style of drawing faces. Even though from story to story, some of his characters look very similar. Another book of his, or title of his, that I've really been enjoying, is Sweet Tooth. He does the writing and the art on this. It's about pretty much a kind of post-apocalyptic story where the entire world got sick and people started having babies mixed with animals, animal hybrids, and we follow our main character Gus as he's kind of being trapped and studied, at least up to the point where I am. So they believe he may be the originator of the virus and want to know more. But my favorite story by Jeff Lemire, it probably won't come as a surprise to any of you if you've watched a few of my videos before, Underwater Welder. This book just takes a hold of your emotions and your heart and won't let go until it's completely crushed, and you're destroyed and crying like Greco Fabulous. It is just an amazing book. The art inside, black and white. Story about a man who is an underwater welder and has issues with his father and his relationship. Meanwhile, his wife is pregnant and he's about to have his first child. And he's going through all these emotional just states, trying to figure out what kind of father he's going to be, really. That's kind of what it boils down to. Just amazing, amazing stuff. And Jeff Lemire has this uncanny sense that just, like I said, it just makes you want to cry when you read most of his books. This Essex County was phenomenal. Lost Dogs, amazing. He's just a phenomenal, phenomenal writer. And I really love his art style too. So a great like double threat there. Just fantastic. And last, I'm going to kind of cheat and pick a creative team. I debated quite a bit about which creative team I was going to do, because I already planned on doing this. It was between these two and Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I love those guys. If you have never read anything of theirs, do it. Incognito is amazing. Fatale is amazing. Just, oh my god, amazing noir stuff. Just fucking fantastic. But this team just, most people know them and appreciate them from Batman Long Halloween. And that is Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Now, Jeff Loeb, his writing, fantastic. His Batman work is amazing. The same with Tim Sale. His Batman work, phenomenal. Long Halloween, fantastic story. But my favorite of theirs, as far as the Batman stuff goes, is Dark Victory. Just, I mean, you have to read the Long Halloween in order to appreciate Dark Victory the way that you should. Just, oh my god, just so amazing. Great interaction between characters. Amazing, phenomenal art. I'll just show that to you right there. Phenomenal. Tim Sale is like the master of making it look so simple. Just breathtaking art. It looks, like I said, it looks simple, it looks basic as far as his art goes, but there's just, when you look deeper into it, there's so much detail that goes into everything he draws. It's just amazing. He's amazing artist. Now, the team up of these two also put out the Marvel trilogy, color trilogy, which consists of Spider-Man Blue, which is a great story. The end's a little bit cheesy for me, but it was still fun. Hulk Gray, which was fantastic. It's very difficult to get me into a Hulk story, and they managed to do it amazingly. And my favorite story of theirs, by far, Marvel or DC or anything, just fantastic. Daredevil Yellow. Now, this, you're going to think I have a complex or something, but this focuses more on Daredevil's relationship with his father. And it's just fantastic. Another very heartfelt story. I'm a sucker for them. And apparently I have daddy issues because I love it when there's stories about sons and fathers. And Daredevil Yellow, just what it did to me, I'll never be able to express through words. I mean, I can tell you, I straight up cried when I read this. But it filled me with, oh God, it filled me with so much grief, but then smacked me in the face with a ton of hope. It's fantastic, and Jeff Loeb's writing is amazing. The relationship that is there between Daredevil and his father, you know, what he remembers from the past and how he feels about it is just fantastic. Just fantastically portrayed. It's just great. And Tim Sale's art, like I said, like as you can see in this cover, it looks so simple, but when you look at the detail, it's amazing. Like, look at this wall, the bricks in the wall, the freaking buildings there, the fantastic little fence here. He's just, what he does is fantastic. He's just amazing. Now, this is issue 6. I have the rest in singles, and I also have it in trade. It's just phenomenal. If you haven't been able to read it, or if you haven't even known about it, do yourself a favor and check it out, because it's fantastic. That's enough of me blathering on for about 20 minutes now. I apologize. And really, I could have talked so much more about so many other people too. Like Frank Miller, I could have talked about him. Kevin Smith wrote my favorite run of comics, really. And some great Batman stuff. God, oh my God, his Green Hornet stuff. I could just go on and on, really, but these 4 kind of have a special place in my heart. Just because they're so damn good. And if you haven't ever read anything by them, which I find that hard to believe, or if there's anyone here that I talked about that you didn't know about, I beg you to go check out their stuff. It's just fantastic. These 5 really creators are just amazing. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. Cut. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I went on and on and on. And again, if you haven't been tagged yet, the 4 that I mentioned, GradeA Comics, CloudedJourney, comicKkrakK, and koestenbraumstar, please make a video. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And yeah, that's it. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.